What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given, back with some more Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and if you might have seen up in that top corner, I'm back down to 6k. I've been playing a lot, was playing a lot while I was sick, maybe wasn't making the best decisions, and now I'm like a little bit out of it, and I've dropped all the way back down to the 6k floor. During some of those videos over the past week, I was at like 6,700 and closing in on 7k, but I'm gonna have some room to climb back now and relearn the game a little bit, but I'm feeling better, feeling healthy, and I am ready to battle. This is a brand new anomaly for me. There was a new patch today. I'm playing this technically on like 10.18, but kind of 10.17. And so there's some new anomalies today, and one of them is bring home the bacon. Start with 2 upgrading piggy banks, break them open to gain gold. So they're going to give you 1 gold a turn, 2 gold a turn, so on and so forth. Do I just want to go for tempo in a lobby where there's already this crazy thing happening? Or do I want to go for Reno? I'm going to let the game decide. I'm going to hand off the controls here. Let's see. Let's let fate decide. Which is something that you can do a little bit easier when there's only 2 hero choices. When there's like 4 hero choices, letting fate decide is giving fate a little bit too much power, but fate says we're going to be rich. And you know what? I should have realized that. We're going to be rich. We've got the piggy banks. That's perfect synergy. What more could you ask for here? So, refreshing anomaly, or a different 1/4, or I can grab a 2/3. We've already got somebody that quit that doesn't want to play with the new anomaly. So weird, especially like on a brand new anomaly. Just play, oh, the tracker's probably going to be wrong. There's going to be heroes or cards that aren't actually available. I'll just grab a 1/4. I think that's okay enough. So, the main goal of the 1/4 is that it allows me to roll and potentially lock onto something on Tavern Tier 3 that gives me a little bit more oomph. I'm seeing Felemental plus Rylek as a pretty interesting option. Oh, was this already updated? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, looks like it was updated today. So, Tavern Tipper is available. That could be a pretty interesting thing. Nothing else new on Tier 2. Let me see, or Tier 1. Let me check out Tier 2 real quick. I've got nothing new on 2. Okay, so the early game is still mostly the same. Level 3, we have start of combat giving Murloc in your hand, +2/+2, then summon it for this combat only. I wonder how that looks, Golden. It's kind of cool. It's scaling. Scourfin's good. Diremuck Forager might also be okay. We're going to take some damage from the Amalgam there. Then Observer of Myths, which I feel like is not that great Golden. Kind of the interesting puzzle with Observer of Myths. Oh, it's right behind me, isn't it? It's right behind my camera, so y'all can't actually see that super easily. Do have the opportunity to Golden a MURCULES, and also have the option to pick up a pair of Hungry Snapjaws. Wow, a lot of decisions to be had right here. Or I could level up. I like the pair.
I didn't like that one either.
I also kind of just like MURCULES. Do I Golden MURCULES? Yeah, let's do it. I maybe could have locked onto the second Hungry Snapjaw, but I felt like Golden MURCULES could do a lot here. It gets to kill 2 things, which gives me +8/+8 in stats. That's really going to help me hang on to these piggy banks for a while. I do take 6 damage here, so it's not like I'm just like swimming in it.
Welcome back.
But I think this is an interesting option for just going super early into the hero power. So I like it. I'm going to put another Mercules in my hand so that way Mercules can grow Mercules. That makes a lot of sense to me. And then do I grab a 1/4 or do I roll? I'm going to grab a 1/4. Main reason for that is next turn I will be able to level, then roll, then purchase a level 3 thing. And that could be something else that is good to get all these Mercules buffs onto. Or it could be like a Scourfin or a Diremuck Forager, which then just starts to work really well with all of this hand buff synergy. So I don't know if I got this full thought out, because I said, oh, it's right behind me, isn't it? But this is Observer of Myths. After you summon a minion with more attack than this, give all friendly minions +1 attack. So the awkward decisions with that comes the fact that the more you activate it, then the harder it is to keep activating it. So that's kind of interesting. Mercules going to grab a double buff here. That is more than enough. And is going to leave me with, unfortunately, another loss. I'll take 3 damage, but I feel like I've scaled up nicely. That I'm going to be able to hang on to these piggy banks for a pretty penny.
Doesn't destroy you, makes you strong.
Let's level and roll.
Let's get some better minions in here.
We find Fellemental, which I do think is something that I'm very interested in. Not interested in growing it, but I'll just play it as a 3/1 that then makes my shops better for the rest of the game, and I'll hang on to Mercules. I think for one more turn, I could see using a piggy bank here just to get the second Mercules in. All right, you know what? Let's use one.
Better hire a recruit.
Another Mercules. Sure. This is where the Mercules strat starts to get a little wacky. Okay, so we're going to have double Golden Mercules, double Fellemental as well. This Mercules is poised to get +10 this turn, which means this Golden Mercules... Ooh, that's going to be big. That's going to be big. We'll ditch this one. We've made a new one at this point. I mean, I won't actually ditch it. It's still fine enough. This might not get an activation here, though, by the look of my opponent's big Swamp Striker. A little bit of lag. Oh, this is taunted up. That's really unfortunate. This one will get 1 activation, 2 activations, but still a little bit of a bummer. Wonder if we can, like, level and lock here or something.
You're good at this.
Yeah, because I'd like to pump this one up even a little bit more. So what leveling and locking does... Let's take a look at some tier 5 minions. Because we're going to be able to discover at least a tier 5 minion. Maybe a Neozao could use some buffs. Start of combat, trigger all friendly death rattles. Oh, interesting. Okay. Basquiel now a tier 5. Not something that I really want to buff while in my hand. But I do want to get a base skill. And then what do we have on tier 6? We've got Coral. Motley Phalanx. Taunt, Death Rattle, give a friendly minion of each type. Do have a little bit of a menagerie, but don't really want to do that. Anything else that scales well? Not particularly.
Don't tell the others.
Zap, maybe. So do I want to try to find Neozao? It's kind of interesting. We can dodge this Cuddlegam for a little bit. That would be nice. Ooh, we do. We get a bunch of activations on this Mercules. So our second golden Mercules is going to be big. And I think I'm just going to go for the tier 5 discovery. Because I don't... But I could just use my piggy bank to level up here. So that's the question, right?
Really raging out there.
Piggy bank to level... Yeah, means that I would be able to discover a tier 6 thing. Manaroth is also not bad to start putting a bunch of stats onto. Debating if I want another Felemental here. I don't think that I do, just because I've got limited opportunity to roll into a good Mercules target. Let's grab this. Let's see what we get here. A 3630. That is pretty crazy. So I think I just either take the Scam. Other elementals are on 4. Oh, Carbonic Copy? No, that's not enough to play for. I'll roll for it.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
Another Mercules. That's hilarious. Shh. Sure. What the heck is... What is even all of this? This is a ridiculous Mercules game.
Have a good battle.
And there's even a Primal Fin lookout there too. These Mercules are gonna eat this turn, that's for sure. This is crazy. Please just attack into this infinite times, thank you. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Mercules is eating on this one, that's for sure. So this Mercules is already massive, and I'm about to slam down another one. I'm about to pick up another one. So I'd love a Carbonic Copy, I guess. Wildfire Elemental seems good, and then I'm also interested in picking up a Bream Counter, of course. Do I ever want this thing? Yeah, I think I could go for this. Alright, I'm gonna end on this Mercules. Wow, found the Bream Counter. That's gotta be it, because I can keep this thing in hand forever. I'm gonna play Mercules, and I'm gonna pick up another Mercules still. And then I might sell out of Swamp Striker if there's something really good, or I'm just going to roll down for more Bream Counters. Beautiful, beautiful baby. Yeah, it might be time to forage. This is kind of crazy. But next turn I could pick up the Forager. That hits a pump off the Observer. Then I just buy a Bream Counter. I just play, like, down a character for a little bit. Look for... level up and then look for Baskill. Look for Baskill and look for... probably Upbeat Duo to find more base skills.
You're doing great out
All
there.
of that seems pretty crazy, funky, awesome to me. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty insane. We're no longer like guaranteed building another Mercules here, but we still kind of are. Oh yeah, summon more stuff for me to eat. Thank you. Love it. Yummy. Delicious. It looks like that's where it stops. No, we even get one more trigger there. Another 20 power Mercules. Yeah, this is the craziest.
Defeat that doesn't destroy you makes you strong.
This is the craziest Mercules game. Might pop the piggy bank at this point. This is kind of a Basquill, isn't it? Yeah, what's the issue here? Why isn't this thing great? Now there's like multiple more Basquills in the game. What the what now? So I could sell through both of these by both of these. That seems right. Oh wait, no, I'm keeping this. I'll sell out of Hungry Snapjaw then, I suppose.
I like where you're going with this.
Oh, I should have played one of my Bream counters at least, so it could have gotten +1/+1. No, because then it doesn't get the +3/+3. Never mind, played it perfectly. Boom. 41/41 plus a big Mercules. This thing has to attack. I guess I'll load it first. Then I'll put this right about here. So Basquill's on 5, but now there's a new Basquill. Alright, I gotta take my cursor off the screen because this is about to be the thumbnail if I summon another Mercules here
Momentum, friend.
and just have a board full of Mercules for the turn. Oh, don't tell me we got lag. We got lag and we missed the thumbnail? Wait, what happened here? Oh, here it is. Whatever. We'll get the thumbnail eventually. We got a bunch of Mercules. They're not going anywhere. Oh, there it is. There's the thumbnail. Bang. Okay, great. Now we are just really looking for a Basquill so that we can summon the Bream counter as well. Because we cannot guarantee summon the Bream counter, which is a lot of value lost. A lot of value on the table. Now that I have that thumbnail, I might cut my original golden Mercules, which does two things. One, it's the smallest Mercules on the board. It then guarantees that I'm summoning this Bream counter off of Felfin Nav. And it also puts more Mercules back into the pool, which then allows me to potentially find them. Or I could just pick up this thing. Start of combat. You know, my opponent must have had start of combat abilities. That's where I got confused. My start of combat happened after some attacks had already happened. Cut the transmuted Bramble Witch, just because I need board space. Or I could cut Mercules. Have to cut this. I think I'm going to grab this thing. And then I think I cut this thing because Mercules is too much fun. I mean, realistically, I should just cut Mercules. I've got a triple on Dire Muck coming up. That's fun. You know what?
Can sing too.
A good tactical choice.
Oh my gosh, lag spike.
Great play. I can't wait to see this shake out.
Okay. Wasted some of my piggy bank, but I think that that was worth it. And I get to make a huge Mercules. Bream counter gets stuck in my hand, unfortunately. But now I'm just looking for Coral and Basquill. Ooh, here's where all the Basquills went. Golden Basquill's kind of crazy. We've got a lot of stats here, and I'm scaling like something fierce. Oh, they're going to have some Basquill summons. Okay, this was actually reasonable for me. And I'm just scaling like a loon here. Sure, why not? I will look to cut my smaller Mercules now. Put in this big one. And potentially triple it. Let's free up some space for that.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
Don't need end of turn effects. This is a new thing. Give a beast +1/+1 in Reborn, or +4/+4 in Taunt. Interesting. Alright, let's roll for base skill. Oh, let's see if we find coral. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. That's insane. I do have to cut something because I think I should put in this 50 power thing. Is that good? It means them 50-50 to summon the wrong one. But it seems worth doing. I might be wrong. I can take it back if I really need to. Here's the Neozao. I could loop through a Felfin Navigator just to pump up these guys. Sure. I'll lock Primal Fin Lookout. It pumps these, and it gives me like a reasonable shot at finding a base skill. Still above damage cap. Going to summon a huge coral. We're scaling well. I'm looking for the triple on Mercules here as well. Okay, we did miss on the Bream counter. That is a little bit unfortunate. And then Relentless Murgul could definitely scam me. Let's see. I feel like I was already scammed a little bit by not summoning the correct Bream counter. Kind of makes me want to toss this guy, even though it got a few Mercules buffs already. Hopefully this can go not on the coral. Oh, they're still attacking over here. That's crazy. Alright, well, they kind of lost out on their Relentless value. We need it to attack here now. Okay, yeah, Taunter, that's good for me. Mercules, okay, I win. I win the fight. Oh, wait, I tie? Oh, wow. Really, really close fight there then in the end. Yeah, I don't know if I want to throw away 30 worth of stats on my Bream counter. I think I just want to find Baskill. Or potentially another Forager. Could also find the third Mercules. I'm not as keen on that. That's a lot of stats. It's a lot of stats. I feel like I have to go Baskill, though. I feel like you never don't take this. It's a little bit unfortunate. This isn't good enough anymore, I don't think. Could have just chosen to level up this turn, try to find a second coral next turn, but we're past that.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Tad plus some rolling. Or one roll, potentially sell off Bramble Witch. I really want to find the Mercules here now. Alright, I'll buy Tad here. Gives me Blazing Skyfin. One more roll. No sense in playing base skill this turn. I'll just keep the Bramble Witch in. And keep the econ going forward. I'd love to find the Mercules triple and then have that hit me a coral. That's a huge, huge power spike. I guess I should have played the base skill so that way it didn't get too many Mercules triggers. Okay. Small mistake there then. Actually pumped up a coupling. I mean, having Baskill have a little bit of stats on it isn't that bad. It gets every trigger. It's a little awkward. Yeah, it gets every trigger here. That's funny. Alright, we're looking to cut this. Potentially going to have to cut my other golden Mercules here if I can't triple these ones soon enough. Because it's worth it to keep around the non-golden ones. Both because they can give me a triple, which is a nice discovery for another potential coral. And it is also interesting. Could put Taunt on Baskill. Is somewhat tempting at some point. Is Leroy still in the game? Okay, another Baskill is great. Let's grab that. 2 more rolls. Wow, and then I find Belcher. So now do I sell Mercules and Bramble Witch and then just put in Baskill and double base skill? Or Belcher plus double base skill. That means that Diremuck Forger is not working, at which point I should actually just cut Diremuck Forger. So what do we cut? What do we cut? Because Diremuck Forger could work well if I find, like, one more scam, but you have to play down a unit. So is it ever good? Maybe it's just never good. Do I want the scam? Or do I want a fish? I'm kind of feeling the fish. I don't think that could ever be right. Alright, let's do this. This is fine here, actually. Okay, this gets up to 200. Seems pretty reasonable. And then I've got a Baskill for both green counters. Transmuted Bramblewatch, not going to get anything done here, unfortunately. They played around it. But we are 100% to win and 20% to find lethal. So I'm feeling reasonable about our chances here to take this. We just need to reset this Venomous, or unset this Venomous, not reset it really. So that way they don't scam one of our huge things. That's okay. Now I've just got to attack into it ASAP. We lose our Venomous. One more death before this triggers. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Because now we win the fight. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus another 7, that's 18. Is that right? So not quite a kill. Got a little bit more stats on our Breamy boys here.
Keep up the pressure.
Looking for Mercules. A Mercules triple would be huge. Baskill triple, also kind of cool. I think this is the player with the... No, not the player with the golden base skill. Okay, so base skills are in the pool here. I think is how that works. Anything? Nothing. Okay.
Go ahead and hire
So I'm just going to fully roll down here. And that's fine. Saw some other Murlocs. Could pick up Manaroth. It's just like a reasonable scam. So is Leroy out? No, Leroy's still in. Just haven't seen one in any capacity this game. Not complaining, just interesting. Because it's like neutral scam, so I guess they probably want to keep that in. I can see that going either way. It's kind of boring to just have like scam that doesn't change. The scam that changes each lobby is at least interesting, even though they're all like dual type as well. So they show up most of the time.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Got still a pretty considerable amount of stats. I can't imagine we're going to find lethal here, though. Especially because my opponent actually has a pretty solid board, unfortunately. The trade Venomous is there. Their Murgul resets. I do have 2 pretty large green counters, though. One pretty large one, one reasonable one. And that's going to tie. Okay, okay. Fair enough. We are in for a fight here, then. I might want Murgul. That is a pretty good scam comp card. Yeah, again, like, the awkward thing about, like, just picking up a Leroy and keeping it in my hand is then it gets my Mercules buffs, though. I'm certainly not buffing as much as I used to be. I'm only giving, like, a little bit of buffs each turn. I think I should do this.
Go ahead and hire one of these
This ain't bad. This ain't bad. I might even supposed to be leveling up here so I can find another coral, replace one of these Mercules with coral. Kind of trying to triple it still. But I might roll to finish off this turn if I don't find a Mercules right here. I do not. I think that's as efficient as that's going to get. Maybe that's really tricky. The reason that's tricky is because if I just wait another turn to level up, then it's free econ, it's a free gold, because then it costs one less. So that's a little bit tricky there to make that decision. There's two different pairs that I would potentially be rolling for, Baskill and Mercules still. Really fantastic game regardless of how this one turns out, just because so many Mercules. I got a fun thumbnail on it, but I'd love to find just a few more Murloc and bring this baby home. Here's where the base skills are, and they are going silly with the young Murkai. Leroy is a fun scammer. So are we. So this is like the max damage output here, 20, which can kill, I guess anything kills the Curator now. Could get close on Inge. Inge still sitting at 27 as we now move into the finals. And on the finals, on something like the finals, I'm a little bit more tempted now to just replace Mercules and Mercules with some scam of my own. So they had relatively large taunts. Just lining up the stats here. Seems like these do well enough. But my opponent also didn't leave anything else big, so let's play this guy here. If we keep it in. Pick up another Bramble. A King Begurgle. I don't think this is that great. Okay, here's some stuff. Baskill triple, Coral triple. Elemental of Surprise, looking to put some stuff on the Bramble Witch. I think I'm actually just going to sell out of it so that I don't pump it. Because I don't think that this needs that triple. So let's sell this roll. Throw Coral in here. Okay, I kind of don't want to get the Baskill like super scammed, but I think we're okay. I think I'm still looking to triple Mercules, but without a triple, I am going to look to replace it with just generic scam and see how that goes for me. All right, great hit there by the Bramble Witch. Awkward hit for me there because it means that I lost an 80 power dude. We take out their Venomous though. There, that's really good for me. Leroy is able to grab a scam. The Falnax is able to scam me a little bit as well. And this is going to be a decisive loss. If I can go here, I don't take that much. I take 12 down to 6. Otherwise, I would have taken 17 down to 1. I guess it's about the same. This way I can buy a, I can buy one of those demons for health.
The battle is really raging out there.
Do I buy this looking for another Belcher? No, what am I even looking for? I'm looking for a, oh, is that guy still in? A Tunnel Blaster. I have to pump this, but a Tunnel Blaster could be really funny. I could taunt this, or I could put it first. Let's roll for Tunnel Blaster. I think I might play this. Sure.
That's what I would have picked.
And then just another Belcher. Don't love it. Don't love it.
You're doing great out
I
there.
feel like there's an argument to be made that I went down in power. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh, this is an amalgam. That's what makes it so interesting. Okay, cool. This thing gets to 2-for-1 me. Not really. Yeah, not actually at all. Sure. This thing does get to 2-for-1 me. This gets to 2-for-1 me. And we tie. Yet again, I was 54% to win on that one. But that is indeed going to be another tie. Okay, so this is the thing I was talking about, Leeching Fellhound, that I can technically just buy for free. This is tough. This is really tough. How do I add more power to the board against an opponent trying to scam me? I don't know if this works. Probably. It must. I don't know. This also works. So I think this is an endgame combo because this gives this Venomous.
Keep up the momentum.
Or I'm sorry, it gives it a Reborn, and then this resummons it again with the Reborn, which is kind of a big deal. This should have been later because it's irrelevant. Oh, and it's actually able to clear that Falnax. That's reasonable. Yeah, okay. This, I think, worked out 61%. I increased my percentages, right? So this should summon a thing with Venomous and Reborn. That's a pretty cool combo for the scam endgame here. We eat this, and we smack my opponent for 14, down to 13, and for the first time in a long time, I'm making progress. This has, like I said, been a really cool game regardless of how this one shakes out.
Keep up the pressure.
Could see the Soul Splitter continuing to be somewhat interesting here. I don't know what tripling this does. I feel like tripling Soul Splitter and then adding another Manoroth to the board, that's good. I guess it's all part of the puzzle, and maybe we're able to tie some combats. The ordering is going to be important in terms of putting all of this together. Titus for Baskill is kind of an interesting concept. Here's Sindore. Do all of their things have... Bullseye. I feel like all of their taunt things have Reborn or something going on. Yeah, they do. So this takes out their Reborn on both of their taunters. I don't know if that's good or not, but I've done it. That might now mean that Relentless Murkle is easier to scam here. And they just have less summons overall. I get back my Manoroth with the Venomous. We do give this Reborn before clearing its Venomous. Then I clear that's Venomous. So that has Reborn. But then I trade with it. 91% to win. Wow. We optimized that game. That felt incredible. One thing that I did want to say, while I have been playing a lot and doing silly things, I've also been watching the VOD of the Tavern Legend lobbies. I forget what the name of it is, but it was like a big tournament, top 16 ranked players. I'm not all the way through. I'll be all the way through by the time you watch this video. I'm probably going to watch it tonight, but a first place finish, an incredible game. We're going to be rich with the piggy banks and an incredible showcase for MURCULES. And that is really, I think, I'm not trying to say I played the game perfectly. I did find a really cool combo with the Soul Splitter plus Manoroth plus Cultist. Just found that name just in time. Did find a really cool combo with those cards, so that felt really awesome. That might be like a new high-level endgame strat in an Undead Demons lobby. Some things have to come together for that to work out. But in general, in Battlegrounds, and this happened in a few of my games that I showcased over the past week, and a few games that I didn't showcase as well that were like a little boring. There was like a little Legends lobby game that I don't think I'm ever going to put on YouTube, but point being, you want to get as much big stats as possible, and then anything that isn't endgame worthy as far as those big stats goes should be swapped out for scam. And whatever the most efficient scam that you can get, and however you can get that to favorably interact with your opponent's cards. The Sindori Straight Shot coming in big to remove 2 Reborns, which took away a lot of my opponent's stats on that final fight. A lot going on, a lot of new cards, new anomaly, crazy game, a lot of fun. But for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.